Have you ever watched Arsenal face a deep defensive block, 10 men behind the ball, barely a yard of space between the lines, and wondered how they still managed to find a breakthrough? The answer, more often than not, wears the captain's armband and plays like a chess master, Martin Ødegaard, the Norwegian playmaker, Arsenal's quiet commander, the man who doesn't need to shout to lead, because every touch, turn, and pass speaks authority. Ødegaard isn't a leader through noise, he's a leader through rhythm. When he slows the tempo, the team breathes. When he quickens it, they press forward like a wave. His control of Arsenal's heartbeat is so precise that it feels orchestrated, not played. Last season, he ranked among the Premier League's most creative players, crafting over 80 chances and completing more than 2,000 progressive passes across all competitions. But those numbers only scratched the surface of his influence. His true value lies in how he manipulates defensive structures, dictates angles, and turns impossibly tight spaces into openings that didn't exist seconds earlier. Operating as the right-sided attacking midfielder, the free eight, in Mikel Arteta's 4-3-3, Ødegaard floats between lines, linking play from midfield to attack. He's the connector, the controller, the player who sees solutions others don't. And now, with Martin Zubimendi anchoring behind him, Arsenal's midfield dynamic is shifting again. Zubimendi's composure and positional discipline allow Ødegaard to advance higher, take more creative risks, and orchestrate attacks closer to the final third. One holds, one creates, a partnership built for balance and dominance. In this masterclass, we'll explore 9 techniques Ødegaard uses to unlock low defensive blocks, from his positioning and disguised passing to his rhythm shifts and off-ball orchestration. By the end, you'll understand why Ødegaard isn't just Arsenal's captain. He's their locksmith, the player who finds space where none seems to exist, and turns patience into penetration. The first way Ødegaard dismantles low blocks is through his positioning between the lines. He doesn't stand still, he floats. Constant scanning allows him to find pockets just behind the opposition midfielders. As soon as the pass arrives, he's already half-turned, ready to receive on the back foot and face the defensive line. That simple half-turn is deadly. It bypasses an entire layer of pressure. Once he's facing forward, Arsenal instantly shift from possession to penetration. But what makes it truly special is the timing. Ødegaard never drifts aimlessly. He appears between lines exactly when defenders are focused on the ball, catching them blind. His movement forces midfielders to choose between pressing or holding shape, and whichever they pick, they're wrong. The moment he receives, everything opens up. The striker drops, the winger tucks in, and Arsenal advance with purpose. It's subtle, invisible to the casual fan, but tactically, it's chaos for defenders. He becomes the link between stagnation and progress, turning compact midfields into open invitations. The second way comes through his use of body feints and disguised dribbles. Ødegaard doesn't rely on raw pace. Instead, he deceives defenders with timing and angles. When facing a tight line, he'll drop his shoulder slightly, feint a pass, then glide past his marker. It's not about beating multiple players. It's about creating just enough disorganization for someone like Bukayo Saka or Gabriel Jesus to exploit the gap. What makes Ødegaard's dribbling so effective is his rhythm. He shifts gears within a single stride, slow, pause, quick, forcing defenders to guess wrong. He controls the tempo, dictating when to accelerate and when to delay, almost like a playmaker on a joystick. And every feint, every touch, has a purpose: to move defenders just a yard off balance. That single yard is enough for a through ball, a quick 1-2, or a disguised cutback that slices through the block. His dribbling isn't flashy, it's surgical, designed to manipulate defensive structures rather than embarrass opponents. The third way is Ødegaard's mastery of the third-man run. When the ball moves wide, he doesn't simply watch, he darts diagonally behind the line, dragging defenders with him. This movement opens channels for the winger to cut inside or overlap. Arsenal's right flank functions like choreography, and Ødegaard is the lead dancer, timing his runs to manipulate fullbacks and centre-backs into indecision. What makes this so effective is his intelligence to arrive, not just run. He waits until the defense commits, then bursts into the pocket, creating the perfect passing lane. His late, calculated movements disrupt defensive timing, giving Arsenal fluidity and unpredictability in attack. The fourth way involves his use of combination play around the box. Arsenal's short, Sharp triangles often look effortless, but Ødegaard is the mind behind them. He uses one-touch exchanges to drag defenders out of shape, quick give-and-go sequences that look simple but destroy compact units. A defender steps up to close him, and suddenly, a through ball slices behind. What makes this deadly is his precision under pressure. He knows exactly when to release the ball, not too early, not too late. Those micro-timed passes disorient defenders and create flow. With Ødegaard orchestrating, Arsenal's build-up turns from predictable to poetry in motion. The fifth technique lies in his disguised passing. Few players in the Premier League are better at no-look or reverse passes. Ødegaard shapes his body as if he's playing it wide, then slices the ball into the half-space. Defenders bite, shift their weight, and lose balance. That single moment of misdirection turns a closed block into a broken one. What makes it special is his awareness of timing. He releases the pass exactly when the defense leans the wrong way. It's artistry disguised as simplicity, and it's why Arsenal's wingers often receive the ball in space no one saw, except Ødegaard. His eyes, body shape, and technique all speak different languages at once, leaving defenders guessing. Sometimes he'll feint a switch, only to thread a reverse ball between two lines. Other times, he'll delay just long enough to draw a centre-back out of position before slipping Saka or Martinelli in behind. It's this unpredictability that fuels Arsenal's rhythm, the ability to make defenders commit before the ball even leaves his boot. Ødegaard doesn't just pass, he manipulates. Every disguised ball is a test of patience and vision, the mark of a playmaker who turns deception into creation and still makes it look effortless. The sixth way he unlocks defenses is through tempo control. When teams sit deep, panic often sets in, players rush passes, force crosses. Ødegaard does the opposite. He slows it down. 2, 3 touches. He draws defenders closer, almost inviting pressure. Then, at the perfect moment, he injects speed, a quick 1-2, a vertical pass, a flick into the box. His rhythm manipulation is what turns sterile possession into meaningful attacks. What truly stands out is his sense of orchestration. He feels the game like a conductor leading an orchestra. Every touch, pause, and pass carries intent. By changing rhythm, he forces defenders to constantly readjust, creating hesitation and chaos in otherwise compact shapes. It's not just about passing, it's about dictating emotional tempo. When Ødegaard slows the play, the entire team breathes. When he accelerates, the pitch suddenly comes alive. His pauses lure defenders out, and his bursts slice through them like precision cuts. This balance between patience and explosiveness is what separates him from ordinary creators. He knows that control isn't always speed. Sometimes, it's the calm before the storm. And when that storm hits, Arsenal's attacks unfold with surgical precision, leaving deep blocks shattered before they even realize what happened. The seventh technique is drifting into half spaces to overload flanks. On the right side, he combines with Saka and Ben White, forming a triangle that constantly shifts the opposition's shape. He knows when to drop deeper, when to push high, and when to invert. This movement not only breaks lines but also frees Saka to isolate defenders one-on-one. What makes this so effective is Ødegaard's intelligence in timing those movements. He doesn't just drift for the sake of it. Every step has tactical purpose. When he drops closer to the pivot, he helps Arsenal progress through build-up, drawing a midfielder out of position. When he pushes higher, he pins defenders back, creating gaps for overlapping runs. That triangle becomes a rotating carousel of movement. White overlaps, Saka tucks in, Ødegaard slips between them. Through these overloads, Arsenal stretch even the most compact backlines, forcing fullbacks into impossible choices. Stay tight or follow Ødegaard into dangerous central pockets. The eighth way he creates openings is through cutbacks and disguised deliveries. Instead of hammering crosses into a crowd, Ødegaard pulls the ball back into dangerous zones just outside the 6-yard box, where late runners like Trossard or Rice can strike. These passes seem simple, but they rely on elite awareness and timing. Defenders are drawn toward the goal. Ødegaard passes behind them. It's deception in motion. And the ninth and final way he breaks low defenses is through his orchestration without the ball. When Arsenal have possession, he's constantly pointing, signaling, dictating who moves and where. He doesn't just react to play, he shapes it. His leadership is quiet but magnetic. the kind that aligns everyone's rhythm and gives purpose to every pass. He's not barking orders like a captain in the traditional sense. Instead, his gestures and timing conduct the entire orchestra. You'll often see him motioning for soccer to stay wide or telling Declan Rice to recycle faster. It's these micro-adjustments that keep Arsenal's positional play razor-sharp. When a defence sits deep, most teams panic and lose structure. Ødegaard makes sure Arsenal do the opposite. He slows things down just enough to draw defenders out, then accelerates play when the moment's right. It's tactical patience turned into art. So when people talk about unlocking defences, it's easy to think of flashy skills or raw pace. But Ødegaard shows us another way, a more cerebral way. Through positioning, timing, disguise, and rhythm, he dismantles deep defences with surgical precision. He's not just Arsenal's captain, he's their compass. The player who dictates when to strike, when to wait, and how to bend a match to his tempo. With players like Zubimendi anchoring behind and runners like Soccer and Jesus ahead, Ødegaard's artistry has the perfect canvas. And as Arsenal continue their push for trophies, one thing is certain. When the game gets tight, and defences sit deep, it's Ødegaard who holds the key. He doesn't shout it. He shows it. Every touch, every turn, every pass, unlocking defences, one movement at a time.